I'd like to say good morning, St. Louis, also the Bahamas, Chi-Town, New York in the house, Oregon, Florida, Alabama, as well as Georgia. What are we going to talk about? I'm going to take just a few minutes. I'm not going to talk long. I got a lot of things going on, but I wanted to come on for just a moment to hopefully get us to understand that we apparently are not looking at the world with a deep level of seeking understanding. I believe that we have subsequently just threw in the towel and accept things as they are, meaning born in death. What if we were wrong as it relates to if the universe is 13.8 billion years old, if a living organism is 4.5 billion years old? What if we're wrong? What if we're wrong if we are under the assumption that the planets orbit the sun? What if we're wrong? I mean, think for a second. I mean, everything has happened over the last 200 years as it relates to, or 300 years or so, as it relates to whether or not the planets orbit the sun, galaxies. I mean, at one point we had no idea that there was what we call the Milky Way galaxy, billions of stars. Let's think for a second. We have to go deeper than we've traveled before. What if we are wrong? What if all that we see in this visible world, which they're saying you're only seeing so much, in other words, you're seeing just a speck of sand. And if that's the case, if the universe is so broad, I mean, so many light years across, I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of light years across, why are we fighting for minerals and resources? Why are we disliking one another based upon race? Why do we need so many police officers and federal agents and militaries? What is going on? Is it possible that the human mind has not evolved? Is it possible that everything that we see is being encoded based upon electrical impulses within our mind? What if everything is in our mind and we're looking at it externally, but it's happening internally? What happens if we hadn't yet reached a level to know that we had to strengthen in mind in order to know the truth? What happens if we formulated gods that were not gods? What happens if we formulated different religions from Muslim, Buddhist, Hindus, Christian? And we were formulating these different religions based upon our undeveloped mind that wasn't mature enough to know that we needed to find ourselves. What if we later discovered that at the molecular subatomic level, at absolute zero minus friction and heat, there is no division and we're just one? There is no race. If we're dying every day, 150,000 people die every day, 50 plus million people die every year, wars and rumors of wars, prostitution, rape, murder, serial killers running rampant. What happens if we reach a higher developed mind where we can literally light up this world as we know world and subsequently fuse together as one? And as a result, all the negative noise that's literally breaking all around us would have to reconfigure itself and become form in the fabric of space and time, minus the fabric of space and time, I should say. I'm one to believe that we are unfortunately deceived, not necessarily intentional deception. The mind is making or creating the deception. And it's the undeveloped mind that wants to continue to stay in control of the developed mind, because once the developed mind manifests, the undeveloped mind, which expresses darkness, has not the ability to no longer control the environment in which it once controlled. I just came on for a moment just to kind of talk a little bit about the what ifs and hopefully get to a point where we get so determined that we're going to find out what's going on one way or another. Many of us didn't have the urgency to seek to find. I look at my grandbaby, Noah, and I see how fast he's growing up. He'll be 2 in August. I refuse to sit back and wait and just laugh and giggle. Subsequently, Noah's now 18, 19 years old, going through what we're going through now. And your grandbaby, your great-grandbaby. At some point, we have to say, it's all or nothing. We're going to have to do what we need to do in order to find out what the hell is going on. And as a result, once we find out what's going on, we need to put things in motion and get this world back where it needs to be and bring down the borders. And as a result of strengthening in mind, we will need borders because we will all be one. No one will be hungry, homeless, hopeless, sick. No more diseases, no more infirmities, no more viruses every 50 to 100 years. It's crazy. So I just want to come on for a moment. Just wanted to say it's time for us to figure out what is going on. Shout out to my grandbaby Noah, granddaddy, love you, son. Shout out to Winton and Catherine. You guys keep grinding down there in Oregon. Keep doing what you're doing. Shout out to Walter, Zion, Gabe, and Danielle. More importantly, shout out to you and your beautiful family as well. But we must put in the work, and we must no longer continue to decrease in power. Once we increase, we could see, based upon the level of power that gave us the increase, and we can now make sense of what is actually going on. God bless.